1 second. Are you serious? Welcome to the coming apocalypse. I'm Pastor Paul Begley, and that's what it is. A coming apocalypse. Are you serious? Something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Jesus Christ. And I'm telling you, we are living in the last days. All right? We really, truly are. Looks like my camera's kind of doing some really weird stuff here today. Anyway, let me just tell you what's going on. I'm glad you're with us. This is the day the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad therein. But there's a lot taking place around the world. First, let's put a shout out for www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. People have tried everything to manage their weight. They've had no success in a lot of cases. Nothing seems to work. They've tried workout routines, diets, fads, all kinds of stuff, and they're beginning to lose hope. But a friend told me about this special keto diet that's now in powder form. Are you serious? And look, folks, what I've seen with other folks, it looks like it's nothing short of a miracle. Ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. Will help burn the fat, tone the muscles, unlike anything you will have ever tried. More importantly, you'll watch that scale drop right in front of your very eyes. Just simply do this. Go to www.ketowithpaul.com. That's ketowithpaul.com. All right, I want you to do that. Wow. Now, it's true. Last night we had a very powerful Sunday Night Live broadcast. It was the largest crowd we've ever had on a Sunday night. Over 7,000 people were in attendance, and I don't know how many people were saved last night. We'll wait for the return from our moderators, but I'm going to guess somewhere between 80 and 100 people. And this is what it's all about. As a matter of fact, tonight we're doing the Global Revival. We'll be going live right here on this YouTube channel and at my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll also be live on a syndicated network that reaches over 200,000 people. And we want to thank Jade for that. So it was 105. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful story. Just gave me the report. 105 salvations last night. An incredible night we had in the Lord. I want to thank all of you who are in attendance for that. Thank you so much. Let's keep getting people saved, folks. We're living in the last days. As, when I think back to Chuck Missler's conversation with me in October of 2015, how he told me the next big biblical event could be Gog and Magog war of Ezekiel 38. Here we are with Russia invading Ukraine, all these things that are happening now. But it's not just the wars and the rumors of wars, but also these apocalyptic, catastrophic, cataclysmic events that are happening on a biblical scale. And rain bombs have just destroyed parts of Brisbane, Australia. We have actual footage to show you on this. It's an incredible situation. Oh, and by the way, thank you, Susan Hanslick. Thank you, Beautiful Story. Thank all of our mods and everybody who's part of this amazing online church. 105 salvations. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ for saving people. His grace is sufficient. All we got to do is keep making ourselves available to win the lost for Jesus Christ. And tomorrow is our 12th anniversary. 12 years of online broadcasting, doing it from scratch, doing it from absolute scratch on a shoestring budget. We started, and we're still doing it that way. We just doing everything we can to keep getting people saved by every means possible. And we thank you for helping us do that as this amazing online church. So today and all day tomorrow, we're lifting our 12th anniversary offering. If you would like to give today or tomorrow your very best gift, your very best love gift for to help celebrate the 12 years we've been doing, bringing you the current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy and winning the lost to Jesus Christ, help us today or tomorrow or you can send a check or money order in the mail and you want to send that in. Either way. But thank you in advance. I'm thanking you in advance for 12 years of the truth. 12 years of not being afraid. 12 years of standing in the gap. 12 years of loving every one of you together. 12 years of defending the faith. 12 years of reaching the lost. 12 years of extended the mercy of God every day, asking people if they want to be saved. This is what it's all about. So God bless you guys. Thank you. Let's go right now to what's going on around the world. Let me show you what's happening here in Australia. The rain bomb. There ain't no doubt about this. It is a rain bomb. Apocalyptic rain bomb, devastating, flooding, kills at least 7 across Queensland and New South Wales, Australia. Incredible. This severe storm system pummeled Australia's northeastern city of Brisbane yesterday, causing evacuations, power outages, school closures, and the death toll has risen to 7, but it's expected to rise higher. Look at the floodwaters roaring into this house. Are you serious? This is not even right. What?
The tour just went right.
Are you serious? I mean, that's crazy to have that kind of water flowing through your house. And I'm very concerned about this guy because this is enough water.
The tour just went right.
It could just tear the house apart. It could rip it apart. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. While that was going on, though, we have news reports. Check this out.
Carried by an unforgiving torrent.
Oh, no.
A houseboat with a man still on it.
Jump off. Is he going to jump off?
And then horror.
He's going to jump off, right?
Oh!
Get up! Get up!
No! He's still on that boat.
Get up!
The boat flips and is sucked underwater. It and the man carried by the raging water from Kangaroo Point to Howard Smith Wharves, where he's
Unreal.
spotted clinging to the wharf. There, bystanders pulling him from the water.
This is a miracle.
That's him being freed, the man in his 70s miraculously surviving and even walking away.
The big houseboat just came screeching
That is
through,
unbelievable.
smashed into it, and it disintegrated into pieces.
The mighty Brisbane River is menacing, the force of these floods picking up whatever it can. Pontoons pulled downstream, breaking ferry terminals in half.
Look at that.
And crashing into bridges. The heart of Brisbane covered in debris, complete destruction. The river rose rapidly, suburbs, homes and residents at its mercy.
So the water from Norman Creek has come through the house, through under the house, and is now flooded the rest of the street.
Parts of Toowong and Milton are underwater. In Auchenflower, a lone kayaker saved this family who can't swim.
We were talking to him and he offered his help, and here we are, thanks to him.
These St Lucia residents are trapped in their apartments.
So this was your reception area?
Yeah, that's the entry to the building. We were expecting a little bit of water. There was some last night, but this wake up to this was a little deeper than we were expecting.
Roads, now rivers, cars submerged, homes inundated.
My bedroom. So we've recently renovated and made an inside pool.
Residents packed up what they could as soon as they could. Dorothy White's house was hit in 2011. She's not taking any chances this time.
So, I mean, this is basically, as you can see, major flooding there from this rain bomb that has really devastated Queensland in Australia. Our hearts and prayers are going out to these people. I mean, this is just a horrible scene in Australia. But these folks are very resilient, and they have the ability to hang in there and fight no matter what the situation is. Wow, that camera is really distorting, isn't it? That's crazy. Maybe I have to just change my shirt. Maybe it doesn't like the color. What? Anyway, pray for the people down under. Pray for them in Australia, because this is really a devastating situation that has happened there, and our prayers go out to them. Of course, we're praying also for the folks that are in Ukraine. The bombing is starting to become very, very horrific, to be quite honest. And I think I might have this map. I'm going to show you this map here just to keep you up to speed. This is Ukraine, and we're looking down at you. See at the bottom, and I'll use my cursor. This is Crimea, okay? And I'll follow it. Here's the border of Ukraine, okay? I'm going to take you up around the border of Ukraine, all right? All right, this is Ukraine. Now, the red bombs dropping are the bombs dropping, okay? Like the Russian army has bombed the city of Izum in eastern Ukraine with mortar shells there. Also, they're bombing this location, and so you can see that. And then you see flights. The Russians are bombing using airstrikes in these locations. So, and then there's Russian soldiers located here and here and here and here and here in different places, okay? And then you have this situation up here, this poisonous situation. This is 4,300 Russian troops have been killed or injured so far in this total invasion. That's what that is. You see tanks here that have been used by the Russians. They've been rolling in with tanks. So there's been a lot of explosions like here. But in the blue, that is the Ukrainian forces that are involved. Okay, you can see soldiers here. Here's raids repeatedly sounding in the last cities in Ukraine, but still no strikes. So here you see there were sirens, but this was in the early days. Now, since this map was put together, there's been tremendous upgrades. I'm going to see if I can upgrade this and see if it'll give us an upgrade right now to the current location. Yeah, here's what we have now. The map is showing us Russia has pretty well taken over this part of the southern part of Ukraine. They also control this now, and also up in here and here you can see. But the heart of the country, they still have not been able to take over. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm going to also see if I can get a bigger aerial view of this. Put it in perspective for you. Here is Europe, because right down here, here's Portugal, here's Spain, France, okay? And people are condemning with the megaphones. Okay, so they're being, regarding Putin's nuclear threats, German foreign minister, they're condemning him there. Up here, Norway's condemning Putin. The United Kingdom is condemning. You can see all this. Israel's condemning Putin. So, Turkey's condemning Putin. Slovakia is condemning them. You also see it over here. Ukraine, of course. So there's where it's at. That's what we're talking about. You can see Ukraine's a very large. There's Belarus. Here's Poland. And then, of course, you got up here, you got Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Okay, so these countries are very nervous about Putin coming and taking them. Belarus, Putin pretty well owns them anyway. They get a puppet government there, so they're part of the Russian campaign. Romania is down here. A lot of refugees are crossing from Ukraine into Romania right here. Here's Poland. A lot of refugees are fleeing from Ukraine into Poland. Okay, Germany's just right over here, and Denmark's here, and Sweden is here, and Finland is here. So you can see, and of course the United Kingdom, this entire region, Turkey over here, there's Italy, there's Greece. So you can understand why these nations are very, very nervous about what's going on here, because it's a very volatile time, to say the least. So we're going to continue to watch what's going on as the battle rages, and where prayers are still going out for the people of Ukraine. And we'll keep you up to speed on what's going on as we go forward. But the Bible told us that we would see these days, whether you, and folks have asked me, can you share a little bit of prophecy with us? And I'm going to do that right now. The Bible tells us in Thessalonians, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh. We're told also in Psalms, in the book of Ezekiel, 38, that Magog and other nations will attack Israel. And even though that's not happening at this exact moment, while Russia is attacking Ukraine, they've also condemned Israel and claimed that Jerusalem is no longer the capital, and that the Golan Heights is not the sovereign property of Israel, but belongs to Syria. We also have Daniel chapter 7 that talks about the bear rising up with 3 ribs in his mouth, and he's told to devour much flesh. Where Jesus told us in Matthew 24, we'll hear of wars and rumors of wars. And he also says the same thing in Mark 13 and Luke 21. And so we're seeing all of these things happening. Psalms 83 told us that there would be a consolidation of nations that would start condemning Israel and say they're going to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. So that's been going on for some time now. And meanwhile, guys, what you may not know, believe it or not, but they're negotiating with the Iranians right now, about whether or not to let Iran have their own nuclear arsenal in the next 2.5 years. Bad timing to be at the table with the Iranians when you have the Russians who are locked arms with the Iranians right now, bombing a sovereign nation like Ukraine and threatening the world with nuclear attack. So we're at the highest situation here. So, and then we have these the effects of Planet X, this crisis, these rain bombs, okay? Rain bombs. They've never seen anything like this taking place in Australia. We have climate crisis taking place all over the world right now, whether it be the weather's changing so drastically that nobody knows what's going to happen next, whether it be these unbelievable explosions of rain bombs, whether it be the sun and the solar activity going on there, and the devastation of solar flares and solar winds and magma eruptions and CMEs and cosmic rays, and the sun is, and the earth is tilting, the earth is reeling and rocking, the earthquakes, the volcanoes, all of this is happening simultaneously. This is why we're doing the webinar, Climate Crisis. Climate Crisis. It will be March 11th and 12th. This is huge. March 11th and 12th, Climate Crisis. Get your tickets today. I'm telling you, Marshall Masters will be bringing a great presentation just like he did, but this is a whole different one. He's got a whole lot more to share with you about the climate crisis and the effects on the earth from Planet X, and just the overall birthing pains of the coming of Jesus Christ. Gil Brazard will be telling us this is the date that we may actually see Planet X by telescope, by infrared observatories, but this is the day. And that's March 11th and 12th. That's also the 11th anniversary of March 11/11, when that horrific 9.0 earthquake hit Japan and brought in a tsunami that was 6 miles. It went inland. It shook Tokyo for 6 minutes and left 6 nuclear reactors in meltdown and cost 26,000 people their lives. That's the 11th anniversary of it. So we're doing the Climate Crisis webinar. Go right now and get your tickets, guys. Go right now and get your tickets and be ready for this thing. Get out ahead of it so that we're ready to go to send you your links at 6 p.m. on Friday evening at 6 p.m. on March 11th and 12th. Climate Crisis. Mike from around the world will be speaking as well. And you know he's going to be bringing some powerful information for you. We're going to be literally breaking down the situation that's taking place around the world. I think that when we start to look at what God is doing, we start to look at what the situation of the signs, really the birthing pains of these last days. There's no question about it. The birthing pains. So, wow. I mean, you don't want to miss this, guys. Seriously. And so we'll be starting again on March 11th. March 11th at 6 p.m. It will be amazing. It will be powerful. And Steve Quayle will be speaking. Marshall Masters, Gil Brazard, Mike from around the world, myself, and Bart Begley Film will be making this a great, great webinar called Climate Crisis. Hurricanes are going to be called hypercanes. Tornadoes have increased in intensity. Wind speeds are predicted to hit 200 miles an hour and heat waves of over 140 degrees. Volcanoes are erupting both above ground and under the ocean. All of these things are leading us to the second coming of Jesus Christ. And then there's the meteor storms and the asteroids and the sun eruptions and the solar winds that are blowing. And all of this is happening simultaneously. All of these climate chaos, climate crisis, all of this happening the same time that wars and rumors of wars and nuclear threats are going on. And while all that's happening, we still have false Christ and false prophets who are telling people, mockers and scoffers, and saying that Jesus is not coming back. The world's not going to come to an end. And they say, where's the promise of his coming? And there's unbelievers and atheists, and there's the New World Order, the globalist, the beast kingdom in Revelation 13 that's rising. All of these are simultaneously converging upon a vulnerable populace on the planet in need of one Redeemer, one leader, one Redeemer. And his name is Jesus Christ, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So get your tickets right now. I would say just go straight there and get your tickets right now and be ready for now. If you want to join me March the 10th, in Branson, Missouri, I'll be doing the taping of the Jim Bakker Show. The Jim Bakker Show, and guess what? He wants to talk to me about the armies of the Antichrist. He wants to talk about the armies of the Antichrist. And we'll be taping that show, I think, at 12 noon, something like that, in the morning, maybe 10 o'clock. I can't remember. It's in the morning of March the 10th. That's Thursday morning. So that's the day before the webinar. You could join and meet I'd love to meet you. Sister Heidi and I would love to meet you. You can be a part of the studio audience. You can be in the studio audience and be a part of the show and get to meet us. We'd love to meet you in Branson, Missouri. What it is, that's Jim Bakker's studios, and you'll find that it's called Morningside, USA. Morningside, USA. You can join us. It's my second time. Actually, it'd be the third show that I've ever been on the Jim Bakker program. And it's a great opportunity for me to share the truth about these end days. He wants to talk about the armies of the Antichrist. So I want you to be there. It's a 1 hour broadcast, 1 hour taping. It should be a powerful time in the Lord. I guarantee it, because we're living in these last days. And I keep thinking about it with Jim Bakker talking to me about the end times. I was privileged to be on television with Dr. Irvin Baxter 10 times with him. 8 on my show, 2 on his show, where we talked about the end of days. And then, of course, conversation I had with Dr. Jack Van Impe and, of course, also Chuck Misler. So these are men that have already gone on to be with the Lord. And they were telling us that these days are the beginning of sorrows. These are the days of the coming of the Lord. And now, even at the age of 80, Jim Bakker is saying we must take a look at this. We must look at these last days, that the armies of the Antichrist are beginning. So I'd love to meet you on that day. But right now, go get your tickets for Climate Crisis and be ready because you need to understand what it means in 2022. From what I'm understanding, they're going to share with you what climate crisis events look like we're going to face in this year of 2022. As things are intensifying and the poles shift and the earth is tilting and all the different things that come with that and the Antarctica's melting. What does this all mean in these last days? I truly say to everybody, give your life to Jesus Christ. The rivers are flooding in Australia. They're overflowing. They're raging. Are you saved? I'll be back with more on the coming apocalypse.
You know, a dream is like a river, ever changing as it flows, and the dreamer's just a vessel, must follow where it goes, trying to learn from what's behind you, never knowing what's in store, makes each day a constant battle, just to stay between the shore. And I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky, I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry.
Global revival tonight at 7 p.m.
Let the water slip away till we put off till tomorrow. That's now become today. So don't you sit upon the shoreline and say you're satisfied. Choose to chance all the rapids and dare to dance the tide. And I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky, I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. There's bound to be rougher waters, and I know I'll take some falls, but with the good Lord as my captain, I can make it through them all. Sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. No, I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. The river runs dry. River runs dry. Oh, the river runs dry.
I'm going to keep going all the way, folks. Tonight's the Global Revival, 7 p.m. Eastern, live right here, as people are joining us from 12 international speakers, including Daniel Bodia, who's been in Ukraine and was just left there, and he's feeding the refugees and helping the orphans in Romania. We'll be back with more in a little bit here on the Coming Apocalypse on the YouTube version. I'll be back with some more updates, keeping you up to speed on what's going on around the world. And pray for tonight's Global Revival. Love to see you all tonight, 7 p.m. 12 years anniversary tomorrow. And this is what God said to do. Get a Bible, get a cup of coffee, get your Bible, look into that camera, and start telling people about what's going on around the world, and have them have an opportunity to give their life to Jesus Christ. And so tonight at the Global Revival, once again, we'll be giving people an opportunity. 105 salvations last night on a Sunday night live broadcast. God bless all of you. See you guys tonight at 7 o'clock. Thank you for your offerings that we're giving all day today and all day tomorrow. Help us celebrate 12 years of bringing the gospel of Jesus Christ to the world. God bless all of you. Are you serious? We are very serious.